The night was thick with rain as Elena clutched her worn-out handbag, hurrying to catch the last bus home. She was exhausted, her feet aching from another 12-hour shift at the diner. Life for her had never been easy. Her father had left when she was young, her mother had passed away too soon, and she had no one to fall back on. She lived paycheck to paycheck, constantly balancing bills against hunger, always sacrificing her dreams for survival. The bus was crowded, smelling of wet coats and fatigue. Elena sank into a seat near the back, staring out at the blurred city lights. The exhaustion was bone deep, but beneath it was an ache she never admitted to anyone, the quiet longing to be seen, to be loved, to matter to someone. Then it happened. The bus screeched violently as a truck ran a red light. Tires screamed. People shouted. The world spun. In a crash of shattering glass and twisting metal, everything went dark. When Elena woke up in the hospital 2 days later, her body hurt all over. The doctor said she had survived miraculously with only minor injuries, but Elena felt different. At first, she dismissed it as trauma. But the strangeness started small. When the nurse entered, smiling warmly, Elena heard words that hadn't been spoken. Poor thing. No flowers, no family visiting. She must be so lonely. Elena's eyes widened. What did you just say? The nurse blinked. I didn't say anything. The same thing happened again, and again. With the doctor. With other patients. She wasn't just hearing people. She was hearing their thoughts. Terrified, Elena tried to block them out, but the flood of voices followed her everywhere. The truth was loud, messy, and painful. People's envy, fears, resentments, secret longings. She wanted to scream, to claw the noise out of her head. But then came the night that changed everything. Leaving the hospital, Elena walked home through the rain, hugging her thin coat tighter. She passed the glittering district of the city where glass towers scraped the sky. A sleek black car pulled up to a luxury hotel, and out stepped a man she recognized instantly from magazines and news reports. Adrian Hale, the Billionaire CEO. Cold, powerful, a man the world respected and feared in equal measure. He was untouchable, his fortune rumored to be endless, his heart said to be non-existent. Yet as he strode toward the hotel, his gaze flicked up, just briefly, and landed on her. And that was when it hit her. His thoughts rushed into her mind, raw, unguarded, filled with an emotion so fierce it nearly knocked her to her knees. It's her. After all these years, Elena. She still doesn't know I loved her. Her breath caught. Her pulse thundered. Adrian Hale, the ruthless billionaire, the man the city whispered about, had loved her secretly for 15 years. She staggered back, staring at him in disbelief. He didn't recognize that she had heard him, didn't know she now carried his most carefully guarded secret. The next morning, Elena tried to convince herself it had been a hallucination. Maybe the shock of the accident, maybe exhaustion, anything but the impossible truth she had overheard. But fate doesn't let go so easily. At noon, while balancing trays of coffee at the diner, the bell above the door chimed. Her heart stuttered. Adrian Hale walked in. Every customer's head turned. His presence commanded silence. The tailored suit, the sharp lines of his jaw, the aura of power that seemed to shift the air itself. He shouldn't have belonged in a cheap corner diner, but there he was, scanning the room until his eyes found hers. Elena's hands shook as she set down a cup. She told herself to stay calm, to act normal. But her cursed gift didn't care about walls or pretenses. The moment she looked at him, his thoughts thundered into her mind. She hasn't changed. Same eyes, same quiet strength. God, does she even remember me? Her chest tightened. He remembered her. As she approached his table, memories began to rise, fragments she had buried beneath years of struggle. A boy in the back of her high school class. Always quiet, always watching. His name had been Adrian, but she had never connected him to this Adrian Hale, the empire-building billionaire. She placed a menu before him, her voice trembling. Coffee. Out loud, he answered smoothly, black. But in his head, she heard the words that broke her heart. If only she knew every sleepless night, every deal I closed, every empire I built, it was all for her. To be the man she deserved. Elena nearly dropped the cup. Tears pricked her eyes, but she blinked them back, terrified he'd notice. Why are you here? She whispered, though she wasn't sure if she wanted to know. Adrian looked at her, his controlled mask never slipping. "I've been looking for you." Her breath caught. The diner blurred, voices and clattering dishes fading to silence. His thoughts, unguarded and raw, poured into her like a confession. "She saved me once, without even knowing. That day in school when I almost quit, when the world felt too heavy, she smiled at me. Just once. And I swore I'd never let myself forget her. 15 years, and I never did." Elena pressed a hand to her mouth, overwhelmed. She had lived her whole life believing she was invisible, unworthy of being loved. Yet here was the most powerful man she'd ever seen, holding on to her memory like a lifeline. The cup between her hands rattled against its saucer. Adrian reached across the table, steadying it, steadying her. His hand brushed hers, warm, steady, grounding. And then came the vow she wasn't supposed to hear, whispered only in his mind, but branded onto her heart. "This time, I won't let her go." For the first time since the accident, Elena felt her strange gift was not a curse but a revelation. She hadn't been given this power to drown in noise. She had been given it to hear the one truth the universe had hidden from her all along. Adrian Hale had always been hers. And he wasn't going to lose her again. But in that single, shattering moment, Elena realized her curse might be more than fate's cruelty. It had just uncovered a truth that could change her life forever.